Hello once again, everyone. Thank you for waiting. We're about to start our last session for the day. Next up, we have Shadrach. Next up, we have Shadrach, who, before we wrap up, let me just let him take over. You can introduce yourself, Shadrach.
Hi everyone. Thanks for joining today's session, and then I'm going to take the last session actually, and we are going to wrap up very soon. So, my name is Shadrach Odamite, and then this is me. You can see me on the screen. That's my picture over there. So, I'm the founder for Uncut Loft in Accra, Ghana, and startup, and then also I am just the recent past GDSC lead for my university, and then finally I am the media and technical team lead for GDG Accra, that's Google Developer Groups here in Accra. All right, so today we are just going to look at unleashing the power of AI and building apps for Google Chats with Gemini. All right, so updates from Google Cloud. I guess most of the speakers have spoken about um, some updates from Google Cloud that were mentioned at Google I/O, this year's Google I/O, and I hope you guys have learned a lot from Vertex AI conversation to Gemini API to the Google Studio, AI Studio, and a lot. So we are just going to move on from there. So what are we going to build today? So we are going to build a knowledge-based app that will allow you to be able to create a base or a container of information where other people can be able to access information or query information from that particular container. So that is in the layman's language, sorry. But when it comes to the technical way, we are going to build a language model, okay, and train the model with data so that when you ask the model a question, you are able to get an answer based on the training the model has. So let's take it an example like ChatGPT or Google Bard. So you ask Bard a question, and then Bard is able to give you an answer. Why? Because that is what Bard has been trained to do. Bard has the necessary information to be able to produce or give you that particular or expected answer. So that is a language model, but BART actually is a large language model. We are not going to create something as big as Google Bard or ChatGPT. We are going to create something that can be built upon and integrated with other systems or other avenues that are available that other people can be able to access information from or query to get information. All right. So that's what I talk about. We are going to be building a knowledge app, a data search app. So the main technologies we are going to be using are Dialogflow CX. We are going to create a data store agent and a Dialogflow CS webhook, and then some Google Cloud functions, and then Gemini. Yeah. So what are we going to need for this session? So we are going to need a Google Cloud project, preferably a new one. So if you have Google Cloud, you are on Google Cloud, you can go to the GCP platform, so the Google Cloud platform, and then you can just sign in, and then we'll create a new project from there. And then we are going to enable one or two APIs. Then we are going to follow the to-dos, right? So we don't require any IDE, we don't require any programming skill. If you don't know how to code in any programming language at all, you are fine. This session is good for everybody, whether you are good programmer or you are now starting or you don't have any idea about programming. You are very, very good and you'll be comfortable during the session. All right. So it's show time. I guess you are all ready to get started and jump right in. All right. So I'm going to show you an example of what we are going to be building today. So going to go straight ahead to chat.google.com, and then I'm going to share this tab. Okay, and let me switch to I'm coming a minute. So I'm logging in so that we can see what I'm talking about. All right, perfect. Here we go. Okay, we are here. So I built this knowledge base app, and I named it Lawyer Inti. So Lawyer Inti, I think those in Ghana would know, is a very famous lawyer when it comes to the law field. And there's this show that has been showing on TV and normally on YouTube. They make fun of cases, real life cases, but actually act them, make fun with them. They are very funny, but they try to let you understand how the case is going to be handled, how to defend the case, and everything. So, practically, a way to train lawyers. Now, one of the lawyers that are very good, his name is Lawyer Inti. So, I decided to use his name um, for this. So, I built this based on various PDFs I gathered, okay, over the internet. So I downloaded a lot of PDFs based on law in Ghana, and then the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. I added everything, and then I built this. Now, so what it's going to do is that it's going to tell you or give you answers based on particular questions you ask in law. Okay, so anything about Ghana law, and then anything that you want to be able to help you understand the law in a layman's language or in a simple way or form, this is going to be able to explain that to you for you to be able to understand, or want to find out one or two stuff, it can be able to help you. Now, I built it for my beloved because she was going to write exam and all that. So I allowed her to test it to see, because she's a law student, and I wanted her to test it out and see how it's going to be, because I'm not a law person. So I had someone to test it out who has the law background to give me the feedback whether it's okay, whether it's great or not. So here we are. So I'm going to send in hi, and then I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay. So it says hi there. How can I help you today? So I want to ask it maybe just a simple question, any question like, um, what is um contract law? All right, so let's see. So it says that contract law is a body of law that governs the formation, interpretation, and enforcement of contracts. It defines the rights and obligations of parties to a contract and provides remedies for breach of contract. So it has actually told us the meaning of contract law. So I can ask that another question. So maybe tell me about criminal law. Okay. And let's see. So it says criminal law is a body of law that defines and prohibits certain conduct that is considered harmful to the society. So it sets out the punishment for those who violate these laws. So we can go on and on and on and try to send in um, prompts for it to be able to give us our response. And we are going to get it anything about the law specifically. But if it's not about the law, it will not give you an answer. So let's try asking something based technology based. So let's say Um, what is Google Cloud? All right. So you see, it's able to give us an answer because of the Gemini API added to it. So I made it in a way that because Gemini is a very large language model and a model base, you can attach something to it. That is the Gemini API, so that it can be able to extend its knowledge in case of in. So it's not as big as a large language model. This is a disclaimer. It's not as big as a large language model. It can't do what exactly ChatGPT does or Bard AI does. This is something just small to be able to guide you and help you in something later, but not a very vast large language model. So it has been able to tell us what is Google Cloud. They say Google Cloud is a suite of cloud computing services that runs on the same infrastructure that Google uses internally for its own products. All right, that is great. All right, so let me see if we ask another question. It will come. So, um, write a Flutter code uh, for a calculator app. Let's see. All right, it says, sorry, I can't help you with that. I'm not able to write code. So we can see. So this is not as large as a large language model. So this is what we are going to build. So what we are going to do is we are going to gather documents from the internet. So we are going to do a Google search, gather various documents, and then we are going to put them together in a bucket, in a cloud storage bucket. And then we are going to integrate it into a knowledge based app. Then we can also do the integration with the Google Chat if time permits us. I guess we are all okay. So we are just going to move straight ahead. So I'm going to be following the code lab. I'm going to just be doing it, but there's a code lab for you to follow. So if you want to follow me maybe later on or try it later on, you can type in bit.ly and then GCWG. Then you will find the code lab and you can be able to follow me maybe later on or right now during the session or after we are done with the session. You want to try your hands to build something on your own. That is going to be able to guide you to get you along. All right. So we are going to start with something simple and small. This is a quote from an unknown person. I just got it, a random quote I got from Bad. Then we are going to expand over time. It's actually helpful because it's something that applies to our daily life. So if people call it a toy, you are definitely onto something. So whatever you are building, you are starting with something small. Don't limit yourself. Don't see that because it's not vast, it's not as big as a large language model, or it's not as huge as Google, or it's not as huge as a mobile app, doesn't mean you are not doing something. If people are able to say, Charlie, this thing you're building is like a toy, it means you're actually doing something. And you have to keep on going until you reach that higher height. All right. So let's jump straight to the code lab. So I'm going to open my code lab here. A minute. My internet is a bit slow, so a minute. I opened it. So all right, I guess it's in. All right. So this is what we are going to build. So I'm going to go straight to my Google Cloud platform. Then we can follow from there and we will continue everything from there. I hope that is fine. So you can go to the console.google.com to go to the Google Cloud Console. So you can go to console.google.com. So if you follow over here, you just move down, go to the next. So your startup or your setup, sorry, you just go to the console, Google Console, Cloud Console. So you just click on this link, it will take you to the Google Cloud Console. All right, so you see this. If you are here, that means you are on the right path. All right, so that's where we are going to be. So you can go ahead and we are going to start to create a new project. Okay, so before that, let's enable something. So we'll go to create the cloud project. So I already have a project, so let's do a new one. So let me create a new project, and I'm going to name the project GDG Nairobi. Let's name it that way. All right, so I'm going to select the organization, so you can leave it that way and just go ahead and create it. Click on create. It will load for some time to create your project. When it's done, it will alert you. So it says that select project, so you can select the project here. So now we've selected the project, so everything we are going to build is going to be in our particular project we have selected or created. So I'm going to go ahead and then start. All right, so you come back to the code lab. It says to go to API services or to then consent screen. All right, then we are going to go to the Google API configuration, and then we are going to enable the configuration. All right, so before I do that, let's create the storage bucket. Okay, so we are going to create a storage bucket. So let's go ahead and click on create a storage bucket. Here we go. So what is the bucket name we are going to pick? We are just going to give it a random name. Okay, we are going to create it and give it a random name. So let me say new finder. All right, so I'm going to continue. You have to use only lowercase letters, so let's use new finder. All right, so the location, just actually leave it as the normal one, the default one selected, and then just go ahead and continue, then continue, then create. All right, then we confirm, then we create a bucket. All right, so over here our bucket is created. So what is the bucket? So the bucket is actually like a layman's language, the normal way we are all understand what a bucket is. Like a bucket, you pour water into it or you put something into it. Yeah. So this is actually a container where we can bring in various documents or PDF documents that we have, keep it inside that particular storage bucket, and then use it. So if we are on the same page, we are trying to create something, but we need a particular location where our data will be stored. So this is like a backend. So we are going to input or train the model using this storage bucket. So the various PDFs, the various documents you have. So if you want to do this, you have to be able to gather a lot of PDFs. So do your research, get a lot of PDFs, maybe whatever you want to build, and then add it up. Then keep it inside the bucket. Then we are going to use that and access it with the front end. So I'm going to upload some files. So let's just upload some files. So I'm going to upload some files, PDF documents I have. So upload has started. So within some few minutes, it will upload the files and all the files will show here. All right, so now you can see that all my files I have uploaded have shown here. We can see all the files. So I have this, I have this one, I have this, I have this. I have 4 different PDFs, which are very huge. Some of them are 500 pages, some of them are 700 pages, some of them are 800 pages. Okay, so this is what we have now. So we have the files and everything in the folder. Now, let's go back. So I'm now going to go back and then enable the APIs and stuff we are going to be needing for this project. All right. So I'm going to the API and services, and then we are going to enable the Dialogflow API, the Vertex API. So we are going to select enable APIs and services. All right. So we are going to need the Dialogflow API, which is here. So Dialogflow API, what is the Dialogflow API used for? So that is what is going to be able to help us build the backend for the conversational API. Okay, so it's going to just help us build conversational interfaces. All right, so that you don't just chat with the space like that. You need something that should look like sending message on WhatsApp, receiving the message back. So the Dialogflow API help us to build those conversational interfaces. So I'm going to enable that. So enable. I'm just going to enable it. So it will take a minute to be enabled. Then we can move forward from there. All right, so it's enabled. So yeah, we have our Dialogflow API now. So sorry, maybe your attention might come on it that you are not able to do what I'm doing on the Google Cloud Console because Google Cloud Console is not for free. So you have to subscribe, and then before you can be able to have access to this. But you can get it for free if you enter your card details. You are not going to be charged for 1 whole year. So you are just going to be able to use it for free. So you are going to get 300 cloud credits and you are going to be able to use it for free. So if you are not able to enable the APIs or get to where I am, then I think you have to understand that you have to just enter your card details. Then you'll be able to access all this. All right. So let's continue here. So we have enable the Dialogflow and cloud storage APIs. So we have enabled them. We have the Dialogflow API enabled already. So we are going to continue to the next. All right. So we come here, we click on next, then we click on enable. So it will enable the Dialogflow API, then the cloud storage API, because we are going to use storage. We are building our storage in the cloud, sorry. So everything we are going to have is going to be saved in the cloud. So we need to enable the cloud storage API too. All right, so let's go back. And then we are going to enable the Vertex AI agent builder. Now, Vertex AI is used for conversations. So Google actually has Vertex AI. Now, Vertex AI is purposely for us to be able to chat or build a way that you can talk to systems or language models that will make it feel like humans and not like you are talking or speaking with robots. All right. So we are going to enable that API so that our conversation is going to be like a human conversation. That is going to help us to make the thing look more human and not like a robot. So Vertex AI has the large language model and also it has the natural language processing. So the natural language processing is what's going to be able to help us build something that people can interact with it and it will feel naturally and it wouldn't feel off like you're talking to a robot. All right, so we click on that and then we are going to enable the Vertex AI API. Okay, so you go to continue and activate the API. So it will take some couple of minutes to finish, then it builds. So depending on your internet speed, This works very fast. I guess today is a little bit slow, but it actually works very fast. So if you have a good internet speed, then fine, you are good to go. But if you are in Ghana, you have to manage like the way I am managing. Yeah. All right. So now what are we building? We are going to actually build a chat, a conversation. We want the conversational interface whereby you can send messages and receive, or you can send in your prompt and receive messages back. So you can either select any of them. You can select this to build a chat, or they are already built agents. Okay, so they have already built an agent for, maybe you want to build a business agent, something to book your flights, a system to be able to help you look for things around. They are already pre-built agents already. So if you want to select any of that, you can go ahead and then just select the agent preview, and then you are going to be able to use that. But since we are going to build something from scratch, I'm going to go to the chat. But if you want to see how it works, or you want to use any of the agents there, you can just go to the agents, select them. You will see the already built ones and you can use them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on chat. All right. So what is the name of the chat we are going to build? So the PDF I uploaded actually is the same as the law PDFs I uploaded. So we can give it a different name. Which name would we like to call it? Um, so I'm going to call it maybe Nairobi. Okay. I'm going to call it Lawyer Eugene, because I know Eugene from Nairobi. Eugene is on the call. Eugene, I'm creating a model language with your name. So, okay. So the company name actually is your project name. Sorry. So let's do the GDG Nairobi. All right. And then we are going to go to the agent's name. So the agent's name will be Lawyer Eugene. So remember that after you create the agent's name, you can't change it. There's no way to rename the agent. Once you create it, you are done. All right. So the location of your agent. So we are going to choose the multi-region. That's global. The nearest Google data storage center or data center that is behind or is closer to you. So we are just going to select the multi-region, the global one, just for you to be able to access your information very quickly. All right. So it's saying you should create a data store. All right. So let's create a data store. And then because we already have a data store, or we've already created a cloud, the bucket, we are going to select it. Okay. Then so that to be able to pick the information from the cloud bucket to the agent. So now the agent will be able to access everything that we've put in our cloud bucket, okay, or the cloud storage bucket we have. So where are we going to do it? So now this place is important. Maybe you want to build your agents on URLs, like various URLs on Google or any URLs you have. So you can select the website content and then enter the list of URLs you have. Okay, so this one wouldn't be like you're uploading PDFs. So this is like I'm getting the information from various links over the internet. I don't want to download it. I just want it to refer to the links I have already selected. Then you just upload all the links. Now the cloud storage is from the cloud storage buckets we created the first time. So if you have a lot of PDFs or you have a lot of documents that you want to use that for your agent to be able to access that information, like you have lecture slides from your class or your school, or you have a lot of documents about your work, and you want to have them somewhere that in case you need something, you just type and ask, okay, I need you to answer a question based on my um, Flutter course. Okay, where can I find this in the slide that I was given to, or where can I find this in this particular course slide? Then it's able to pinpoint, okay, or this is where you can find it, or you upload any document at all you have. So mostly for the students or the slides you have at school that you are using, you can just upload everything, convert everything to PDF, upload everything. In case you need to answer a question, just type it in. So what is this or that? Then it gives you an answer quickly. Okay, this is it, this is it, this is that. There we go. All right. So this one, the last one is API integration. So that one, you have to see the documentation, follow the process, and then you can import data manually by calling a particular API. All right. So we are just going to go and select the cloud storage. So because I've already created the folder, okay, I'm going to look for it. And then you can see that it's already here, new finder. You remember the cloud bucket we created, the storage bucket we created at first and uploaded the PDF documents. Now you can find it here. So you select it and then you go to select. Now, then you go to continue. So the data store name, where is it taking it to? So it's taking it to Lawyer Eugene. All right. Then you go to create. Then let's have some cool, refreshing moments as it uploads everything. All right. So that is what is going to be created for us. Okay. It's created. So now you are going to select it, Lawyer Eugene, and click on create again. So whatever name you give to your data store, you just click on it and then you select create again. Then you are gone. So let's give it some time. Excellent. All right. So Lawyer Eugene has been created. We are going to open it. Click on it to open it. And then we are going to ask it to now upload all the documents in the PDF. So the cloud bucket we created, all the documents in it, or all the number of PDFs in it, is going to upload everything. Okay, so when it uploads everything, then now you can see that it's finally created. All right, so it will take some time. This one too bases on your internet speed. Okay, so if your internet is very, very fast, then you are good to go. You have nothing to worry about. All right, so it's still processing data, and I'm sure it will be done in a jiffy. It won't take that long. They are not a lot, so all right, let's give it some time to refresh. So if you follow the code lab, you can see that you have to now go to the cloud bucket, now create your bucket, and you follow it, and then you build the agents. We've already done that already. Then we selected the agent's name. We've done this. We created the storage buckets. We created the cloud storage. Now we chose the folder we wanted. Then we imported unstructured documents. We continued. Then we went ahead to Lawyer Eugene, the agents that we have. Then we go to the data stores, and then now it is actually uploading. All right. So when it's done uploading, then we are going to go to the Dialogflow CX and then continue. So let's check if it's done. All right. Okay. It's still not done. Whoa. Eugene, if we are taking any question and someone would like to ask a question, let me know as we are waiting for this.
I took a few that I'd found. I think the first one was, what are the key considerations for developers when you're choosing different Gemini models for the Gemini chat app?
What, come again? What are the different what?
What are the key considerations for developers when choosing the different models for the Google Chat app?
Okay, so it depends on what you want to do. Okay, so I am trying to build a simple knowledge app. Okay, that will be able to reference or get data or information from. if I enter in prompts. Okay, maybe you might choose to build something else. You want to um, build a system whereby people can book flights, like I said early on. So with that one, you are going to be able to use links. So that one, you are not going to be able to, you will not select using the cloud storage. You are going to use the website links. Then you select your various links. So now it's going to be checking the websites that you've added the links. So maybe I want to book a flight from Accra to Nairobi. Remember, you don't have the records of everything. Okay, so maybe you want to check that, okay, where can I get available flights or this and that. So you enter that, and then it's able to pick from the particular website or those websites you added the link to it. So if you want to build something like that, fine. Or maybe you want to find a list or a number of businesses around. Okay, you can use that, and you can just get that information you are looking for. So actually, it depends on what you want to do. Now, the Gemini API is not limited, right? It's not limited. So whatever you want to build, or whatever you want to do, or whatever you want to develop, that is based on you. All right. So that one, it has a vast capability that I don't know. We can't all limit it, or you can't even use most of it. But what you want to build is, I'll actually say it actually depends on you, and you have to consider your time you are going to spend, how much time you want to spend, and what actually you want to build. I hope it's okay. And then the Google Cloud platform also, you have to pay for it. So if whatever model you are building or whatever you want to build, you have enough funds to be able to um, keep it or work with it, then I think you are good to go. Yeah,
There's
I
also
hope I've
another question.
answered the question.
Yes, you have. There's also another quick question. If you could suggest
All
the
right.
best practices for securing the development environment in Google Cloud.
Okay. So in securing the environment in Google Cloud, actually Google Cloud is secured, but not no system is secured in the world. We all know, but Google Cloud platform is actually secured. And when it comes to this, nobody has um, access to your information on Google Cloud. So unless you give people access, all right. So even after building this, I can't give you, any of us on this call or on this meet can't be able to access this unless I give you that particular information or the details or how to access it or the permission. Now, because Google Cloud is a very vast system, whatever you do on it is actually well secured. Is well secured. So I'm not sure you need to enable some um maybe vast security systems or put in, because authentication is already in place. So you have to verify if it's yourself before you even have access to your console. So the console is not just that easy. Like, I just had to log in again and do verification before we were all able to jump to the console. So every data and whatever you build is very secured here. So it's not like you need to maybe enable two-factor authentication or verification. No, it has a very large system. But maybe if you want to add other third-party apps, maybe you are building a mobile app and you want to take the information from here. So you get your API from here, integrate it into your code. So far as you've integrated it into your code, and now they are going to be able to access the information over your mobile app. That means that you have to work on your security when it comes to the mobile app. But so for someone to get access to your back end that is in the Google Cloud, that is a little bit, that's going to be difficult, not a little bit. That's actually going to be difficult. Yeah.
I guess that's well noted. I hope mine is hard. I guess you can go on.
All right. Wow. This is still not done. I'm surprised. My what's happening to the date? All right, it's done. All right, great, great. It's done. It's done now. Okay, so we are done with uploading the document. So let's go out back to our code lab here. So we are now going straight to our Dialogflow console. Okay, so the Dialogflow CS console.
Shadrach. Well, I guess he's having a bit of technical difficulties, but he'll be back in a few. Let me just try to reach out to him. Vegan, I guess that's noted. When he comes back, I'll try and improve on that. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can just place them forward, and then will you be attending the? Yes, yes, I will. I guess if anyone has any further questions, you can just post them in the chat, and then when Shadrach returns, we try and he'll answer them. Let me try to reach out to him again.
Hi, can you hear me?
Welcome back.
Oh,
I guess you're on
sorry.
Glow.
Sorry. I don't know what happened. All right. So, sorry. All right. So, this is the Dialogflow CX platform. So, we are going to test our agents. All right. So, drafts, we are going to leave it here, and then we are going to test the agents actually. So, let's talk to agent. Let's say hi, and let's see. So when you send it, it says, "Hello, how can I help you?" So let's ask question. Uh, if I take something of my friends without um, his or her knowledge is that an offense? Okay, let's see. From the knowledge app. Okay, yes. It says yes, it is an offense. When a person is charged with stealing anything and it is proved that he received the thing knowing it to be stolen, he may be convicted for receiving, although he was not charged with that offense. Okay, so what category? Oh, okay, so what law category um, does this fall under? Let's see. Uh, you say I'm not sure of the question. I think my question. So, can you rephrase your question? Okay, so um, is this a criminal offense? Okay, I guess something is wrong. Uh, Let me check the agents. All right. Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's go back to the code lab here. I think there's a problem we need to fix. Yeah, this is the problem. So before we test the agents, so we have to go to the agent settings, go to generative AI, then go to the generative agent, then switch the model from text voicing to the Gemini Pro, then click on save. So we go to agent settings, then we go to Gemini, generative AI, sorry. Then generative agents, where are you? All right. Okay. Live demos. Okay, let me try this again. Uh, Generative AI, and that's not there. Okay, so I think there is a problem somewhere. I need to figure out what that is. All right, a minute, and let's see how this works out. Okay, let me input the agent's name here. Agent identity, assistant. How to do this? Sorry. Company agent scope. No, 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 no. Yeah. So this is it. We are going to use the Gemini 1.0 Pro. Okay. Or we can try the Flash, but that is only on a preview model. So let's just go with this, and then I'll save it. Yeah, okay, save now. Now let's test agents again. Then, hi, good day. What can I do for you today? So let's ask it, what is uh, mm, fraud? Sorry, I was typing in caps. Can you say that again? Uh, okay, so I think there is an issue with cloud bucket, storage bucket, because we are almost done. So we have to just configuration, then we'll just add it to Google Chat, and then that's the final step. So let's us configure this. What is actually wrong with the cloud bucket, storage bucket? Sorry. So I'm going to go to my cloud console, and I'm going to hello Eugene, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, sure. Wanted to confirm because I thought we can. All right. So we go to cloud storage and then our bucket, and let me see if okay. So this is where the problem is. Yeah. So public access, all our information here is not available to the public. So even when you are testing, you won't be able to get access to it, even though you've uploaded. So you have to make sure that after uploading everything, you have to make sure that the files or the documents here are made public. Okay. Yeah. So let's make them public. So we are going to edit access, and then cannot, okay. Let me change the access level. All right. So trying to find where this. Um, okay. All right. So edit metadata. We've done that. Now edit access. Mm, okay. So let me head back to the code lab. I think we missed something. So cloud storage buckets. Then you upload. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's configure this. I think it's actually trying to take my time a little. Uh, all right, so this place, switch to granted. Add principal. Then Cloud projects. So viewer, yeah. So add row. Where is this? Condition type. Okay. No, let me leave this. All right. So I've added the principal. Let's see if the storage bucket will be now granted. Remove public access prevention. Yeah, confirm. Okay. So let's refresh and then try again. Wow. Mm, okay. So I think there is something wrong happening here. Trying to fix it. But if you have any question, you can ask. Let me fix this quickly, if that's okay. So any question?
I just saw one on the chat by Joseph Ndalo. Good
Okay.
evening. Working on any personal cloud projects?
Is that what?
He was asking if you're working on any personal cloud projects.
If I'm working with any personal cloud projects. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
any
actually
personal
doing.
cloud projects.
Yes, yes, yes. I have a couple of personal projects and then one that I'm working for a company and then also my startup. Yes. So I have a personal cloud project. He wanted to ask a question about my personal cloud projects. You can go ahead.
I'll just wait for him to respond again. They also wanted to ask what strategies
Okay.
can be employed to personalize your user experience when you're using Gemini chatbots, Google
To
Chat apps.
personalize your user experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so to personalize your user experience, I think Google Chats is actually very developed. It's actually, yeah, I think it's very, very developed. And I think using the Vertex AI conversation also makes your chat experience very great and then also very exciting. So if you want to add like further things, that is going to depend on your model or your language model that you added. Okay. So I think that is what is going to be able to help you to get like a more actual personalized experience because you've already enabled natural language processing by using the Vertex AI conversation. So it's actually going to make you feel normal, like a human being. So if you want to add more experience, you want to add emojis and other stuff, they are all available. You just have to go ahead with it.
So are they like built in or you don't have to add them?
Oh, it's already built in.
Oh, okay.
It's built in. Yeah. So I think that is the actual thing that you need. Like it's actually built in. So this doesn't make you suffer. That's why when I was starting, I mentioned that even if you don't know how to code or you don't know how to do anything, you'll be fine. You'll be fine with it. And I think that will be it. So I think there's a problem with that particular bucket storage. I think there's something going on. Okay. So do you know something? Okay. I think I fixed it. Let's recheck again. All right, so this is the tab now. So lawyer Eugene, uh, let's see if it works. Okay, all right. So let's test the agent. So what is the 1992 Constitution of Ghana? Let's see if it's actually back now. All right, it's back. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing
I
that
think,
tab. All right.
yeah,
Yeah. All right, great. So, what is the 1992 Constitution of Ghana? It says the 1992 Constitution of Ghana is the supreme law of Ghana. It was approved at a referendum on 28 April 1992. So, everything you need to find out is here. So, the reason why we use the Dialogflow CX for it was for you to be able to get this kind of chat feel, for you to be able to send info prompts, then you receive your response. Okay, so let's see. What is breach of contract? What is a breach of contract? Let's see the answer it gives us. Okay, so it says that a breach of contract occurs when one party to a contract fails to fulfill their obligations as agreed upon the contract or in the contract. This can include failing to perform a promised action, or failing to deliver goods or services, or failing to meet a deadline. So, developers, if you fail to meet a particular deadline you have been given by a client or a project you're working on, you know that you have breach a particular contract, and I think there's an offense for breaching of contract. Yeah, so those of us that have been meeting deadlines, it means that we are going against the law. There's actually something that we can be sued for. So let's keep up. All right, so let's see. What is the punishment for breaching a contract? All right, so the punishment for breaching a contract can vary depending on the severity of the breach of the contract and maybe the jurisdiction in which the contract breach occurs. In some cases, a breach of contract may result in legal remedies such as damages, specific performance, or rescission of the contract. So it goes on and on. So we can just go ahead. Let me say thank you, and let's see if it will just give us a humor. All right, you are welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Remember, we didn't add all this to the response or while we're building the app, right? We didn't. So it's not going to be anything difficult. So you just have to input your data, gather your PDFs, whatever knowledge you want to build, you just put it in. Then you actually have everything. As soon as you enable the Dialogflow CS and then the Vertex AI conversation, you can get it as easy as anything. The natural language processing is fast. Everything you'll be able to chat with this bot as if it's a normal human being you are talking to. All right. So now let's go ahead to the last part, integrating it with the Google Chat. Now, if you want to actually integrate it with Google Chat, you need to have Google Workspace. If you don't have Google Workspace, or you're not a Google Workspace subscriber, you can't be able to use the chat API. I hope we are all fine with that. So everything we do here, you can build everything up to this place, and you can be able to test your agent and everything. You can be able to use it. Okay. But if you want to integrate it into the Google Chat, that means you have to be a Google Workspace user. Means that you are on a paid Workspace account, then you'll be able to use it. So whatever I showed you guys here about the lawyer in T is from Google Workspace. So that is my Google Workspace account I have, and it's integrated into it. So those of you working in companies or have a startup that you are working, you can create a knowledge base app with every documentation or things about the startup that or the company that if someone needs any information, the person can just access it, right? So it can even be added to workspaces on Google Chats. So maybe you have a Google Chats group. Okay, so in your company you have a particular group, and then maybe someone is typing something, you can ask it like target. So maybe at loyalty, can you tell me more about what Eugene is trying to talk about? Like the way Meta is in WhatsApp now. So like the way you can type something and tag Meta and ask it to answer the question, the same way you can tag your knowledge base app you have created in Google Chats in groups or individual, you can just target and it will be able to give you a response or an answer to the particular question you ask, even in a group chat. Yes. So only this can only work if you are a Google Workspace user. So if you are not a Google Workspace user, then you will not be able to integrate it with the Google Chat API. So you can go ahead and publish it. Okay. So you can go ahead and publish it if you are not a Google Workspace user. Okay. So you can get an authorized API. You can create an authorized API, integrate it into your app that you are building. Okay. So you can create, maybe you're having a website, you want to integrate this whole knowledge app you have into the website. So you just authorize the API. You can add a domain. This is why I said the Google Cloud platform is very secure. So I can actually restrict other domains. I can only use a specific domain. So if I'm trying to add it to a particular website, I restrict it to that domain alone. So aside that domain, nobody can have access to it. So if it's a website you are building or something, I'm just creating the API access for that domain. So if you even take my API and try to integrate it into something else, it wouldn't work, right? So if you go ahead, you can add a domain and then enter the domain, and then you can enable the authorized API. So because I've not added a domain, so something at example.com, then I enable the authorized API, then I go to done. Or if you want, you can go to all integrations and check where else it can be integrated into. Now it can also be integrated into a phone call. Okay. So some of us like telcos. So telecommunication networks we have. In Ghana, we have MTN. Eugene was asking me if I was using Glow. So you can integrate it to a Glow number. And then when the person call, like a customer care line. So the as soon as the person calls, the phone is being answered. How can we help you today? Okay, I want to understand criminal law or whatever you train it for. Okay, I want to understand what is Flutter. Then it will tell you, okay, Flutter is this, this, and that. Then it will explain to you do it. So maybe the company has a particular data or information. Okay, so you gather that data, you build a knowledge base app, you integrate it into a phone call line as their customer service line. So as soon as the person calls the line, then the person can be able to get access to that information. You get it? So it's as simple as that. So you are not limited to Google Chat alone. So you can create it as a customer care service. Then anyone who calls that customer care line will be able to have access to that information. So you call, okay, this is Google. What do you want? Okay, or what are you looking for? Or I want to buy a Google Pixel 8, but I want to find out how much the price, what's the price for the Pixel 8 is. Then it says that, oh, um, is the Pixel 8 is 200 Eugene, can you hear me?
Now I can, but you had muted yourself for a bit.
Oh, sorry. All right. So, like I was saying, you can integrate it and make it a customer care line. So if you don't even need the backend, this backend, you are fine to go. The chats, you are fine. You can just add it, manage it, add it to a customer care line. Then someone can just have a phone call, and then you are done. You get access to everything. So each and every one here can create something for any startup, any company. Maybe they have a customer care line. You just take any information about their company or what they sell, integrate it into that. Then what do you do when they call? Hello, this is this and that and that. Okay, what do you want? They order this, this and that. Now you can also integrate it into the Facebook Messenger. So those that are good with Facebook, you can just go ahead. They can the Google Chat is here. You can integrate it to your Slack workspace or your Discord workspace, even Telegram. There are lots of other integration platforms here. If you want to go ahead and go to WhatsApp, you can use the Twilio. The Twilio. It works for WhatsApp. So we are just going to integrate it with Google Chat. Okay. So configure in the Google Developer Console. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to enable it. Then we are going to finish. Then we'll wrap up. If time permits, we'll be able to uh, finish everything. So this is the last part. So anybody who is worried that you don't have a Google Workspace account, you are free to just go ahead and integrate it into any other one. Okay, you are free to integrate it into a call, into your Telegram, into Slack, into Discord. They are all free, so you can just go ahead and just do this. So you have to create your credentials. Let's just create the credentials. And yeah, Google Chat API. So okay, so I guess we are here. So you see that I'm going to switch it to my Google Workspace account, and then I'll enable it. All right, so a minute, let me just enter the password. All right. Okay. So let me go to the configuration and then configure it. So app name, we are not going to use that app name. We are going to use the lawyer Eugene, and then respond to human conversation, dialog flows, yes, environment or agent's resource name. All right, so I'm going to copy the environment, the resource name. Where is it? Done. Wow. So I'm going to get the link so that we'll be able to access the whole information way back in the Google chats after that. So yeah, not here. Okay, I guess my glue has come back again. Can you all see my page? Eugene, kindly confirm if you can see my
Yes.
page.
We can see
All
the
right.
page, the agent page, the agent
The
builder.
agent page.
Yeah.
No, I shared another page. I'm coming. Wow. I'm so sorry about my internet connectivity.
Life on
Okay.
Glow. So you could be proud.
I'm very proud. You'll be happy. Wow, 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 wow. Oh,
Well, meanwhile, there's a question on the chat for you. Which cloud platform do you prefer more? Amazon AWS or Google Cloud? And maybe why?
okay. This is a Google event. I think. Oh, but on a good. I think I can't choose my favorite, but I'll say mm, Google Cloud and AWS. I'll go with both of them. I'll go with both of them because um, based on whatever you want to do, uh, Google Cloud is 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 good. It allows you to get whatever you want and build whatever you want to build, and it's actually very easy to go with, and it's very understandable. And then also, when it comes to cloud services, I think Google Cloud quite is also expensive. Okay, most of the cloud services are expensive, but I think Google Cloud is also expensive comparing to AWS. Okay, they are both relatively good, but sometimes it depends on how fast you want your data to be accessed, and then how long it's going to take you to complete everything. And building there, Google Cloud is very scalable, but the scalability depends on how much you have. You get it? So the more you scale and expand your system, that's the more you pay. So Google Cloud also works on a pay as you go service. So maybe you are charged for what only you use. Okay. So if you are not using something, you will not be charged for it. All right. But if you are using something, the more you are scaling, the more they are charging you. But if you are not scaling up and you are just, no one is going to charge you anything. And then that's how it is. But Amazon Web Services, AWS, you have to pay something, and then whether you use or you don't use, you are still being charged. Relatively, everything is good, and they are all good platforms. I can't say a lot for Azure because I don't use Azure, or people call it Azuri. I don't use any of them, and I think that's it.
So
Yeah,
then I
I
guess
don't
without
use.
any biasness, we'll say Google Cloud takes the day.
I think Google Cloud is okay. I would still prefer Google Cloud because I've been using it for some time, and it does what I want for me. So I don't think I have a problem with that.
Touche.
Yeah, since it gets me what I want, but the money is the issue. You always have to pay.
All I
So
can
I
say to
think
that is that you have to spend money to make money. Though the screen you're sharing hasn't yet reloaded, it's still stuck on the
exactly, you
agent
can
builder.
spend. Yeah, yeah, very true, very true, very true. So that one you have to spend money to actually make the money. So It's actually the truth. So since you are doing it and what you want to use it for, it's up to you. I think my data connection is still worrying me. Do you have any question more? And I think
I
from
don't.
following the code lab to the end, you can be able to integrate it. That's the last part, but I don't know.
I'm not sure because on my end, all I can see is that you're still sharing the agent builder screen.
So I think
I don't know
from
if you
there
moved.
you are good to go. I have moved from there. I don't know. My network is a bit lagging.
Uh,
I can hear myself a bit delay. There's a lot of delay in my talking.
no, I can hear you
Wow,
actually.
wow,
It's
wow.
just the presentation, the screen is still stuck on the agent builder.
You, you can it's stuck.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So I think I don't know what's going on, but from this one, it's as simple as that. You just have to enable it, and you are going to be able to access it from the Google chat. You just see it, find it there, and you can be able to just get access to it. Yeah.
So it will just look like
So if you
loyalty.
follow the code lab, I'm sure you'll be fine. Everything will be great.
So okay,
Exactly,
I
you can look like loyalty, but maybe now it will be lawyer Eugene. So
one day, one time. And I don't know if you still want to.
all right. So I think I would end here, just wrap up with my presentation. So if you just oh, it's coming now. This connection is really worrying me today. Wow. Let me go back to the page and see if we can continue from there. If we still have time, then no problem. Do we still
I
have
guess you do. You
time
can
or
around 7 minutes.
come again?
Yes, I can hear you. We have around 7 minutes to go. The top of the hour.
Eugene, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, 7 minutes. Oh, okay. Then let me just wrap up. So if that's the whole thing, so I guess everybody will be cool. Just when you follow through with the code lab, you'll be able to get everything. Um so we can connect. So you can scan this QR code to find me on LinkedIn and on Twitter. So what I will do is that what I can do is that my name on LinkedIn is Shadrach Odamite. That's my name, and my Twitter name is also Shadrach Odamite. But if you want to actually get me on Twitter fast, you type at Shadlabs with this. link.tree, linktree.ee with the Shad Labs. So just type the Shad Labs at Shad Labs on Twitter or X, and you'll be able to find me. So if you have any problem or you are facing any challenge, you can send me a DM, you can message me over there. I can help you through the code lab, or if you have any other question or you need any specific help with the Google Cloud Console or the Google Cloud Platform, you can send me a message on LinkedIn or on Twitter or X. So the name is Shadrach Odamite, like I shared in my first slide. So this name, Shadrach Odamite here, you can be able to reach out to me. I'll be able to help you with anything you need pertaining to Google Cloud Platform or the Google Cloud Console, and we'll be good to go. So if you are following the code lab or you are finding any challenge as you are following, kindly don't hesitate to reach out to me. Or you can reach out to Eugene if you personally know Eugene to get my number on WhatsApp or anything. But if you reach me on social media, especially for LinkedIn and then X or Twitter, you'll be able to get me. I'll respond as soon as possible. Yeah, so thank you so much, Eugene, for having me today. I'm very grateful to all the organizers for GDG Nairobi, and I hope to be there in person one day. Yes. So thank you so much for hosting me today. I'm very grateful.
Thank you as well for the incredible presentation. I think we've covered a lot of ground today, from the foundational aspects of cloud infrastructure to the cutting edge of AI. More so the potential of more so the potential the potential of AI, what's it called, of building AI powered Google chat apps has really been inspiring. Just as Maina said, it's pretty nice that you can create a chatbot without knowing a single line of code. But I also think that's a really, I don't know, I'm here to explore it. But yes, we just wanted to express our heartfelt thank you to you and all the speakers for today. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise, and your contributions have really made today a resounding success. Also, finally, a big thank you to all our attendees that have been here from the start. I know it's been a long, long session, but at least it was worth it for, so long as you learned something. Yeah, that's it from me, and I hope I can see you all tomorrow again for the web sessions. Shadrach, this is just a bit out of topic, but did she pass her exams after using Loyalty? I guess that's it. Cheers.